from NRG Stadium in Houston.
Take it in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation, making his first NFL start. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they
trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD.
Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
For me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4s hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You put the, you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got all in your dread head.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict.
We are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, Trey Lance, now in his second season out of North Dakota State. Now the fourth-year running back, this is Devin Singletary. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll take this up near the 35, into the 34. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing again on second down. Lance dancing to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chauncey Golston. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run good for 24 yards. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now a 2nd down and 6. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Tucker's kick is good. And it's now 3-0. Texans. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Lance now to throw. He's got it, and it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Texans scoop it. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes a pick, and the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day at camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the set. Here's Lance. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here, a long way to go. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake in the ball and knock it free.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. To throw, it's Lance. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we got 4 and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Houston set to take over. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Called on a very strong gain of 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught again by Schultz. Now the Texans will hold the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance for the first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Justin Jefferson from 6 yards away. And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 25 on second down, Lance flushed out right. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose, and the Texans scoop it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Let's go now.
On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin week 1 up in our nation's capital, or just outside it to be more accurate, Jacksonville in town to take on Washington. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Jahan Dotson, a touchdown reception. Next, we take a trip down the coast to Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Jakeem Grant.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, then there were turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think they've been overly hooked on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
It's taking a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, and they're rolled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The last one got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Cordero Patterson from 8 yards out. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Lance. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Singletary trying the left side. And some space here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Singletary again. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Lance now on first down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them can... speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw again on second down. Lance. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Devin Singletary, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Take it in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. He'll look to throw. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team...
Back now in Houston. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Now I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs out there are starting to have on these games. They're a little slow out from center, walked into the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowed them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Running is Jacobs, and he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Arden Key, the ex-LSU Tiger, there on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. That's good for 28 yards. Going on the ground with Jacobs. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And we'll stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown. It's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, before you get the football, get it out. We got to create a turnover. There's one more score. This game's over.
The offense on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Jacobs again. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And the Colts getting ready to go.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. So they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Lance going to throw.
This is caught. It's Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
On first down, Lance.
And finding the tight end, Hooper.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And Lance's throw into the hands of Hooper.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now Lance again.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Down he goes at the 23 to pick up a 4. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Desperation time here. Lance.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play.
On first and 10, here's Lance.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now we'll get whistles, and they signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tyler Boyd from 3 yards out.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Texans, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.